Hi, a film I'd heard about a little while ago and was interested in seeing is Happiest Season. And it turned up on digital rental services in the last few days. So I took the opportunity and watched it. It's an interesting film. It's an unusual film because it's kind of two films in one. It's the story of a young lesbian couple played by Kristen Stewart and Mackenzie Davis, and they have been a couple for at least a year, and they've recently moved in together, and everything seems to be very well for them. And they're going home for Christmas to the Davis character's family. But on the way, she reveals that she hasn't actually come out to her family yet, and her family are traditional, quite conservative, and so she has lied, and that her partner or her girlfriend is in fact just her roommate. And particularly, a story that's weirdly dwelt on is that her parents died when she was rather younger, which is repeatedly picked up on by the other characters who refer to her as an orphan. So she has to um, go and stay with her girlfriend's parents over Christmas and not let on that she is in fact in a relationship with their daughter, and negotiate the various seasonal cliches of the family portrait and the reception for the local dignitaries. So it turns out that the father is running for mayor and is courting funding from a local bigwig. And there are all kinds of other um, typical sort of Christmas film shenanigans going on. And the reason I say that there are two films here is that, on the one hand, you have a very standard, mainstream, family based comedy set at Christmas time, the kind that is churned out routinely that you will see two of every day on Channel 5 in the afternoon. On the other hand, you have what would appear to be a much more indie film about a young woman coming out to her conservative family, and the pain and the fear that roils around inside her, not knowing how her parents are going to react. Particularly as so much detail has gone into about how um, all three daughters in the family are pushed to excel. That one was a very successful lawyer but gave it up to run a gift basket company, which is now endorsed by Gwyneth Paltrow, and the other daughter is the weirdo who is sort of weirdly dismissed, and that becomes in itself a plot point. So it has this tension of these two different sensibilities, this more serious, character based, independent comic drama, and a more mainstream, rather more broad, family based comedy. And it almost manages to get them to work. Um, the opening title sequence I thought was a particularly interesting example because it shows through a series of advent calendar style illustrations the development of the relationship, from first meeting at a Christmas party to going on their first date to getting a bit more serious to moving in together, all with these sort of little sketched illustrations with dates next to them, and with a the standard contemporary Christmas music over the top. And I thought, well, this is exactly what I thought it was going to be. It's a contemporary, family Christmas story, but it has this thing of, oh, it's also about a gay couple, and it's going to portray this as totally normal and totally mainstream. And if you have a problem with that, then you can leave. And it maintains that sort of tone all the way through. I do think that tension between the lightweight comedy of misunderstandings and the independent, serious coming out story. That it never managed to reconcile those two tones. I think the script was generally very good. I thought the acting was of a very high standard all the way through. There was a very impressive supporting cast of Mary Steenburgen and Victor Garber as the parents, co-writer Mary Holland and Alison Brie as the sisters. Aubrey Plaza had a supporting role as the Mackenzie Davis character's earlier girlfriend, and she's been sort of partially ostracized within the town because she was outed as being gay when she was in high school. And So there are all these tensions of relationships. Um, but I thought Kristen Stewart and Mackenzie Davis were very, very good. And Kristen Stewart is an actor who you can tell when she doesn't give a crap because she will sleepwalk through a lot of movies. But then when she's doing something like this, you can tell, right, this is something that's worth making an effort for because she's really good all the way through. She's really energetic and warm and likable and a character you enjoy spending time with. And she's very much the lead of the film, whereas the Mackenzie Davis character fades slightly into the, but not so much into the background, but we're definitely being led towards sympathizing more with the Kristen Stewart character. So overall, I thought it was very enjoyable, pretty funny, not necessarily laugh out loud hilarious all the way through, but that's fine. It was a warm, likable Christmas film. It deals with some serious issues. It resolves in a way that is a movie, but is not completely unbelievable. Um, and I felt that there are a lot of things that are touched on that audiences might connect with. Um, but overall, yes, I would probably recommend it very highly. I liked it. I think it's a film that's worthwhile, and it's a film that's very fresh and contemporary and feels of the moment. But it's also very good, and that's why it's worth watching.